My name's Eller, and I'm a small business owner in the grocery retail market. I've been in the business my whole life, family business. We've always been a hunting-oriented family. I've always been around it. I can remember sitting in the tree stand with my dad back when I was a kid, even before I could hunt, and then shooting my first deer. It's just something that's always been a part of our family and our heritage. And over the years, there's been a lot of changes in technology. There's a lot of things that come and go, and you just never know which one to hang your hat on. It was a couple years back that I heard these hunters talking about their success. They brought in a nice animal. They had talked about the ozonics and how great it was and how they had used it on this particular animal. I'm talking to Dad about it. I'm like, man, this thing sounds great. You know, let's give it a shot. So one of the first trips that we used it on was in Colorado on an elk hunting trip. We're on this hunt this particular night. This nice 5-point bull is coming down the mountain. We're doing some soft cow talk, and he's alone, and he comes straight down across to us. I mean, he's gonna come right to us, but of course, like most bulls do, he starts working the wind. He gets into our thermals and comes directly downwind at 20 yards. You know, we see this happen, and we're blown away by it. It was at that point, if you can fool an elk, I was convinced. So I'm trying to wrap up work there for that day, and my dad's calling me. He's like, you've got to get down here. He's already down to our Illinois property. The bucks are going crazy. It's October 31st. It's the perfect time to be down there. So I figure I can get things wrapped up there at work and get on the road that next morning. Gonna try to push out around 5 o'clock. And it looked like a perfect weekend. So we get a game plan together. We figure out, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We've already got a stand set up in this fence line. We don't wanna take a vehicle or an ORV anywhere close in there, you know, because all these little fingers and draws that lay out through there, he could be bedded in any one of those. So here it is, 75 degrees out. We're literally just sweating to death. It's miserable, and we're bound and determined we're gonna get to this stand. We don't hardly have everything set up. I mean, I'm still strapping my harness on, I'm trying to get things around, and it's a mess, and he's tapping me on the shoulder. He's like, right there's our shooter, right there he is. If there's any moment at all where we need the ozonics, this is it. I mean, we are hotboxing it here. It's terrible. This buck, like most mature bucks will do, comes down into the north of us, into that woodlot, but he's circling. He's gonna circle back up around us to catch our wind. 15, 20 yards from hitting our scent cone, and I'm like, this is it. We're gonna put it to the absolute test right here, right now. Stops right straight at 30 yards, directly downwind, and I sent an arrow out there, and it was over.
Smoke, dude, smoke.
Our trip to Illinois lasted 7 minutes and 30 seconds. I mean, one of those things that maybe you heard a story here and there, but it just is like, this never happened to me.
I think it's going out to you last year.
Yeah, oh yeah, there is no doubt. From that moment on right there, I decided I was never going in the woods again without my ozonics.